the new world and how we are going to create it. It is now February in 2013, and yes, we have passed through the so very important dates, December 12th, 2012 and December 21st, 2012. I think to the point of view of some light workers a curveball has been thrown. Expectations were not delivered in the form that they were expected. I can say early on that I was also slightly disillusioned, even though the spiritual guidance that I received from the ascended realms said not to have any expectations. As the year of 2012 ended, I felt such a mixture of energies of pure light and love, and also heavier doses of 3D reality being hurled at me. Then I truly realized that we are in the fourth dimension, and I know that this is a temporary stop, a point to travel through to get to the fifth dimension. Getting to the fifth dimension, as a human collective, could take quite some time, in our human terms of time, and in a blink of an eye, in terms of the scope of time, since the birth of human civilization until now. Reaching individual fifth dimensional consciousness can happen any time, and already has occurred for a few people. What we have in this world now is in one way similar to what we had before. We had a world created by manifestation, manifested by dreamers. That is why I wrote the following in the song, The Power. Here we are, in a world of dreams, where the dreamers have been from the dark. Then we look inside ourselves, there we see the light we are. That is pretty much saying what I am about to say about this time that we are in. Everything around us has been created by the dreamers of the time that we are in. For the structures, the houses, the cars, and most everything that is man-made and man-touched is made in some way through that kind of manifestation. Not to say that everything that has ever been created in that time was void of good and void of God, the source, of course not, because there have been many who rose above the dark clouds of illusion into the brightness of the divine, and then reached into their own hearts to birth creative masterpieces and impressions of love, light, and compassion upon the human collective. Love is ever present, and even love and light did shine in the dark days of the dark dreamers. Yes, what we see and perceive through our senses now is virtually the same, although I do see things in a slightly different way. The perspective is different, and the dimensionality is slightly different. You see, in the fourth dimension, you are both in your being and out of it at the same time, and your consciousness wants to be aware of both. In other words, you are a being looking around, and at the same time, you are at another spot or point outside your being, looking at your being, which is looking at everything else. And I think it would be helpful for you to allow your consciousness to experience this. If you will, please close your eyes, then bring yourself to a point perhaps on the other side of your room. I will bring myself to the top of a palm tree in my yard here, and from there, I will look back at myself with my imagination. When you are able to visualize your consciousness at your chosen point, then also visualize that you are looking back at yourself, your physical self. This exercise will help us to solidify the fourth dimensional perspective into our being, so that our being is not confused by this idea of having two perspectives. Now let us go further. The reason that nothing has of yet changed is because not many of us have manifested a great change. And for those who carry the intentions of light, please do understand most manifestations are not necessarily instant. They take time. They take time to change. Things may need to be built. Structures need to change. Institutions need to change. then those heartfelt manifestations will trickle down and trickle up. Then more and more people of light awareness will be able to manifest greater things, as greater things are being manifested. Then the dark dreamers will have less and less control and power to manifest in this world, as is happening right now. What is occurring and did occur in December 12th, 2012 and December 21st, 2012, and now, as I speak, is an intense current of divine energy coming to Earth and all the cells of the Earth, and you are a cell of the Earth, and all the cells of your being are receiving this divine energy one way or another. As this is happening, the net of darkness that was casted about this planet for thousands of years is being disintegrated, annihilated, and dispersed. In fact, you can say, what remains of this net can only be held there by you, and by your belief in the illusions that have been manifested and broadcasted to all of you. Those illusions can only remain in reality into this time by your belief in them. Stop believing, and of course, as we always say, fear not. Fear can repair the holes in those nets of darkness and illusion, and love will make those holes grow ever wider and tear at its supports. The grand love, the love radiating from many, will make it vanish. Let us be that grand love, disintegrating the nets of illusion while radiating peace, love, and abundance for all. I am loving you and wishing you peace. Art and Fractal Design by Marina Nicole Kelly, written by Kevin Peter Kelly, all rights reserved.